All right, people, what's up, everyone, and welcome to another predictions video, baby! And it's time for my predictions for the Nintendo Direct for tomorrow, September 12th, 2025, the year of our Lord, and it's going to be a big one. 60 minutes! 60 minutes. Now, it is the 4,000th anniversary of Mario, so that's probably why I think a big chunk of that's going to be about Mario in some way. We'll get to that. I sectioned it off as its own segment, even though it might not be its own segment. Honestly, it could just be a thing they sprinkle in here and there, like, oh, for Mario's thing, here's some clothes or here's some merch, the theme park or whatever. Like, we're gonna have some theme park stuff. You want to see some theme park stuff, huh, kiddos? You little kids, you little fuckers, something like that. Yeah, so before we get to the Mario part, let's get to the beginning of the show, because I feel like we're going to start off strong, because I really do have a good feeling about this one. I have a feeling this one's going to be great, like really great. This is our first Direct after the Switch 2 came out, because I thought we were going to get this in June. They waited for a good reason, I think. It's going to get good. This is easily going to be the last Direct for this year also. I think we'll get another one in February. That's my guess. There we go. That's first prediction. We'll get another one in February. We usually get one, I feel like, in February or March, right? Well, I think, did we get one in January, like last year or something like that? Actually, thinking about it. I don't know. Anyway, I think we did. No, was that last year or was that a couple years ago? Anyway, whatever. Anyway, let's get to it. Nintendo Direct. We'll get another Indie World, maybe. No, Indie World just happened not too long ago. We'll get like a partner Direct, maybe sometime this year. Maybe, very small chance. Anyway, so let's get to it. First prediction. I'm just gonna go straight off crazy. A new version of Smash Ultimate. I don't think it's gonna be a new Smash game, but a new version of Ultimate. Now, this would make sense to me because Sakurai is obviously doing his own thing. He has Kirby Air Riders coming out, which looks great, by the way. But it also makes sense because all of these other games that have been getting updates, we had the Kirby game that just came out, the Star Allies, or no, not Star Allies, that was the other one, Forgotten Land, but what's the DLC called? Starcross something? I don't know. Anyway, so we had that. Of course, we had the Mario Party one, and we had we didn't have it wasn't like a big Switch 2 edition, but the Legend of Zelda games did have like additional things that were for Switch 2. So we've had other things. I feel like I'm forgetting one here. I'm sure there's another one. But that would not be surprising if we get like a Switch 2 version of Smash Ultimate, which that will sell. That will sell more consoles 100%. Like if there's a new Smash Ultimate and it comes with new characters like I wrote here. Doomslayer. And I know someone's going to be like, well, they already put a costume from the Dark Ages. It's a different costume. Dude, him with the cape. Oh, fuck. Dude, I already envisioned. I've envisioned it for years, and I'm sure everybody else thinks it's gonna be the same thing. You know how like you have the drop down menu for fucking Hero in the Dragon Quest Hero? It's not the same thing. It's not a drop down menu, but it's a weapon wheel, and you can select what weapon you want to use. Come on, dude. Imagine you have to keep doing like a bunch of damage or whatever, and pick up stuff, and then you'll just get a BFG. I mean, obviously that wouldn't, maybe you get a pickup, like a BFG ammo or something. Dude. Oh my god. Oh, it'd be so good. It'd be so good. But no, we got Sora. Fucking suck my ass. Anyway, but yeah, I don't know who the new characters would be. I think there's like a rumor about 45 more Fire Emblem characters. So that's cool. We could get 45 more Fire Emblem. No, I'm sure there's rumors about, or not rumors, but like theories or predictions. But I don't really know who. I think it would be really cool if we got like some Microsoft characters, like we already got Banjo-Kazooie, but wouldn't it be cool if we got Blink's Time Sweeper? That's imagine the first fucking trailer for Smash Ultimate ends with Blink's the Time Sweeper, but everybody be like, who the fuck is that? The kid from Grabbed by the Ghoulies? Who the fuck? What? the characters from Brute Force. Anybody remember Brute Force? Get like the Nintendo wasted time with Microsoft and be like, there you go. I mean, you could say the obvious ones like Master Chief or like Marcus Phoenix or something like that, or the Forza car. But I'm gonna pick a Forza car. I'm gonna pick deep cuts like Voodoo Vince. That's a real one. Hey, come here. You ever play Drake of the 99 Dragons? It wasn't exclusive, but it was only on Xbox. It was on PC also, is what I mean. It was on PS2, so in my eyes, that's a Xbox hood classic. Anyway, so a new version of Smash Ultimate with new characters. My guess would be Crash Bandicoot would be so sick. I really would love Master Chief. Honestly, like I really would. Like that would be amazing. I know everyone wanted like Goku back in the day. It's just not gonna happen. But I could see a new Smash Ultimate getting teased here. Or maybe a new Smash game. I don't know. What would it be? Smash 6, right? It could happen, but I don't know. I mean, you could get somebody else. It's not like Sakurai needs to exist for Smash to be made, obviously. You know? That sounded way worse than I meant. I meant like he doesn't need to actually work on it. You get it. Anyway, he doesn't need to like bust his ass on that. He can have fun and make his Kirby game, okay? He loves Kirby, I know. Anyway, next... I mean, that was my guess for how you open the show. It's just a new version of Smash Ultimate, you know? Like, because they want to end it with something big with Mario, obviously, which we'll get to. We'll get through some of these quicker. Metroid Prime 4 release date. My guess is December 2025. That'll be after Kirby, and that'll be like... A lot of big games do come out in the beginning of December. So that would be my guess, but I could see them delay it, because they did say it was coming out in 2025, but I could see this being an official delay. I don't want that to happen. I want it to come out this year. Thing is that it does come out December, then it won't be eligible for the Game Awards at least, so it'll have a chance next year, which would be cool. But I don't think it's gonna happen. I think what's gonna happen is it comes out maybe earlier than I'm expecting. But I kind of also hope that doesn't happen, because I want this to happen right here. And if it comes out, like, say it comes out beginning of November or something like that, then I don't think this is going to happen, which is Metroid Prime 2 and 3 Shadow Drop. Let's go! Like, that's the one thing. I don't want to delay it. I really don't. But if they don't delay it and it comes out, like, in the next month or so, month and a half, then I really don't think we'll get a Prime 2 and 3 Shadow Drop. It might even come out like after. I do think it's gonna happen. These remasters for 2 Echoes and Corruption, but I don't think we'd get it if Metroid Prime was coming out so soon. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? I would love for this to happen. I do think it is, but they would either release Metroid Prime 4 and then like later next year they would release 2 and 3. Or 2 and 3 are coming out on Friday. That's my guess, because they shadow dropped 1, if you don't remember, and then a physical came out later, so I had to wait because I wanted the physical. But I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm excited. I'm so fucking excited for Metroid Prime 4. It looks so good. That's probably gonna be the game of for the Switch too for me. Like honestly, I can't wait for that game. And Retro's doing it. You know that shit gonna be good. Anyway, next, and it looks amazing. Tomodachi Life. I think we're gonna get what is it called? Tomodachi Life New something. Well, let's call it 2. I love the original Tomodachi Life. I played the shit out of that game. You know what I mean. Just having it on, like, just to be like, see what wacky shit everybody will do. I will definitely open up like like invites so people can invite me and stuff, and I can just see what weird shit they do in the game. I'm really excited for it. I think it'll be a lot of fun. The only problem I have with this is that it would be perfect if the Switch 2 had like a game resume thing, meaning like, you know how Xbox has its own, like you can go through different games and then go back to the other game, and it'll bring you back where you were last time. I wish Switch 2 had that, because this would be the perfect game for that. Imagine like, all right, let me check my Tomodachi Life real quick while I'm playing Donkey Kong. You know, I'm like, all right, I'm gonna take a break. Let me check, and you just go to it real quick. Oh look, whatever, Tito fucking did a weird dance. That's great. And then you go to the fucking go back to Donkey Kong. You know what I mean? It would be perfect. Tomodachi Life also, I'm going to say it right here, should have been the Miiverse of the Switch 2. I always thought the Switch 2 needed a Miiverse, and it would have been amazing if it was just in the Tomodachi Life style, you know, like a community hub area for the Switch 2, and it looked like Tomodachi Life has the weird, like, the voice thing, which I love that they brought the text-to-speech voice thing back. Anyway, I think we'll get a release date for this. My guess would be January. I think it's coming out pretty soon. Maybe February. I can see February. But they usually have something in January, I feel like, right? So this might be it. Or it could be this next game, which is Rhythm Heaven Groove. Hey, You can say what you will. Nintendo's got some good fucking games coming out, bro. I can't wait for. Metroid Prime 4, okay, Rhythm Heaven Groove, which I can't fucking wait for. Tomodachi Life, a bunch of other things I'm gonna talk about soon, which I'm not gonna say. We'll talk about because I have a feeling some of these are definitely gonna happen here. So anyway, Rhythm Heaven Groove, I can't wait. Like Rhythm Heaven is a series that I really love. I wish I played more of the games. You know, I never really. I played the DS game, but I never really played. No, I played the DS game and Forever. I think there's a 3DS one I never played. Dude, I'm so pissed about Forever. I had Forever for the longest time on Wii, and I eventually sold it because it rised in price. So I was just like, I'm not playing it anymore. I probably won't go because I wasn't playing Wii anymore. So I was like, you know, I need some money, so I sold it. And now it's like, well, it might not be as rare anymore, but last time I checked, it was extremely pricey. So I was like, fuck. And I actually really wanted to play that game right after Rhythm Heaven Groove got announced. I did play a little bit of the DS one because I do have the DS one, and that game still fucking is really good, by the way. Rhythm Heaven is a great series. Anyway, I would love to see people rage playing that game, any of those games. Anyway, next is I just wrote this here. I didn't finish it. I'm not gonna lie. I was like, you can even see like that's where I left off. I have no idea. Oh wait, hold on. Sorry, let me go down. I really don't know what else to add here. More Switch 1 games getting a Switch 2 upgrade. I just put Metroid Dread and Metroid Prime Remastered. I think those make sense. You know, maybe 120 frames for Metroid Prime Remastered, 60 frames too. Well, I think is it already 60 frames? Whatever. I think it is. It might be. I don't know. And Metroid Dread, that would be really great. I guess we could put other things. How about let's think. How about like you know, like Skyward Sword or something like that. Like these are like announcements HD, obviously, because I think that was in 30 frames. I could be wrong. Like I just like random ones. I'm talking about like Switch 1 like Nintendo games. By the way, I should have put that there, because they'll have other games that will be announced for the Switch 2. Like there'll be ports and stuff that I put here, as you'll see in a second. But these are all like Nintendo games that they all announce. Like I don't know, Donkey Kong. Like I don't know, Tropical Freeze. I don't know, maybe like an upgraded version of that. I don't know. Yeah, we'll just leave it there. Whatever, fuck it. Donkey Kong craze is going on right now, so I just thought maybe that'd be kind of cool. I think that was already in 60 frames though, but it could, you know, I mean, visual enhancements, so shit like that, 120 frames too. You know, hey, Switch 2 can do it. You know, Switch 2 can do it. Supposedly, I don't know. Is there any game that can do 120 frames right now? I guess probably maybe like Overwatch or something. I don't know, one of those games. But supposedly Metroid Prime 4 will let you do it, so which is sick. 1080p though, I don't know. I might just do 60 frames, but I do have a compatible monitor, so it's just like I gotta at least take a dip. Anyway, montage of Switch 2 ports. I think these are all things that will definitely happen. Maybe not at this show, but eventually they will. I put Assassin's Creed Shadows. I think that's like the most obvious one. There are other ones, but I separated them later. You'll see, because I know there's a rumor going on right now about certain ports coming. Don't worry, I have it here. I just had it separated. But I think this is actually going to be a montage, just showing like, here's some great games coming to Switch 2. Great games, they're already out and shit. And it'll be Assassin's Creed Shadows, which would be like, you know, I mean, they announced Star Wars Outlaws in a montage, so I wouldn't be surprised if Shadows got the same treatment. Monster Hunter Wilds would be cool. I guess Monster Hunter... No. What the fuck was the Switch one called? Rise. Rise, you know, I mean, you know, it was really successful. It was only on Switch at the time. I think it's on everything else now. But, so that wouldn't be a surprise. Elden Ring Night Rain. I mean, we have Elden Ring regular coming. So I thought Night Rain might be cool. So they could announce that. I don't think so, only because Elden Ring Switch 2 is not out yet, and also from what I heard, it doesn't perform all that great. But I also heard the same thing about Star Wars Outlaws, and then supposedly that works really well on Switch 2. So Hades 2 we already know is coming to Switch 2. They already announced that, but I wouldn't be surprised to see that here. That might be its own trailer though, because they might announce a release date. So, and then Marvel Rivals, they just announced it's coming to PS4. Come on, announce it for Switch 2. You know you wanna. Anyway, there's probably other things you could put here, and there's a couple other things I do want to put here, but I think I think they won't be in the montage. So, anyway, next is this one. I'm actually surprised we haven't had one in a little while. A new Fire Emblem game. I guess it's been like what, 2.5 years since Engage, but I feel like Engage kind of came and went. Like people didn't love it, especially compared to Three Houses. It definitely did not blow up like that game. So I think a new Fire Emblem game will be here. I don't think it'll be a Warriors game because we do have Hyrule Warriors, which is, will be in this list. But I think a new one makes sense. So I'm going to put that there. I don't know what it'll be called. Four Houses? I don't fucking know. But it'll probably look really good and run really well because it'll be on Switch 2. And probably Switch 1 also, honestly. Let's not fuck around. But there'll be a Switch 2 version. Next. Now this I would love to see because these developers work wonders on Switch 1. I don't know how they make their games look as good as they do on Switch 1. Especially their last one, which was a port of a Wii U game. I think you know where I'm going with this. New Xenoblade game! Chronicles, whatever you want to call it. I know it's just called Xenoblade over in Japan. But I think it's been long enough. I know X just came out and they did upgrade a lot of that, but that was also just a port still in some way, So I assume we would get a new game. It's been what, 3 years since since 3 came out. I guess it was like, 5 years in between 2 and 3. So, but I want to say 2 got announced like about 2 years before it came out. 3, I don't think so. I think 3 actually got announced like only a few months before it came out. So they might not want there to be a long wait. So maybe, you know what? Maybe like a spinoff or something. All right, you know what? How about this? Maybe this won't happen. I will put this. How about this? There you go. I'll show it in a second because I know it's not. There you go. Wait, what? Oh no, it was down here. There you go. I just put Xenoblade X. There you go. I think they're maybe not a port, but hope you're liking the music, by the way. There you go. So that's better. Right there. Anyway, all right. So new Xenoblade game, possibly. I don't know. Next is Duskbloods. I think we might actually get a gameplay trailer. Not that we didn't get gameplay already. We got some, but it was like definitely more of a cinematic trailer. So I wouldn't be surprised if we get another trailer. Maybe even a release date. I don't know. When does anybody expect this to come out? My guess would be like March or April next year. I don't think it's going to be that. People were like, whoa, but I don't think it's going to be that big. You know what I mean? I mean, it's a big deal that a From Software game is being exclusively made on Switch 2, but I don't think it's going to be that big as in, like, what's in, like, don't expect another Elden Ring or whatever, you know what I mean? It's going to be its own thing, and it'll be more condensed, and it'll have some of that lore stuff everybody likes and all that shit, and that gameplay, and the toughness, but I don't think it's going to be, like, I think it'll be more of a Night Rain in terms of quality than other ones. That's my guess. So I would assume it's coming out early next year. Maybe even March. I'll say March. Fuck it. Fuck it. Anyway, next, I have to put it here. This is a port. Red Dead Redemption 2, baby! Come on! Come on. Please? Anyway, I would love that. Please, Red Dead Redemption 2. Anyway, Witcher 3 Switch 2 edition. I put that because I watch a lot of comparison videos of like a bunch of Switch 1 games to Switch 2. And everybody talked about how like Cyberpunk was an amazing port. They did a great job. If only Switch 2 had a Witcher 3 version. The other way around. Witcher 3 had a Switch 2 version. you know what I mean. But sadly, it does not yet. It does run better on Switch 2, the Switch version of Witcher 3. But I think a Switch 2 edition of Witcher 3, or Switcher 3, as people call it, I think would make sense. So there you go. I'll just throw that in there. New Kirby Air Riders trailer. I figured like it won't even be a trailer. It might even be more of a mention. Like, we showed you Kirby Air Riders. That was sick, right? That shit was banging. We showed you 400 hours of it. It was a long direct. I hope you liked it. But I think we'll get another one. Well, why not? And then, of course, Final Fantasy VII Remake. My guess would be November release, but it would be really sick if it was a shadow drop. That would actually be really awesome, and I'm not even going to lie. I've heard the performance is so good. I would actually consider replaying it again on Switch 1, or Switch 2, sorry. I would love to see what it looks like on Switch 1, though. Even though I have yet to finish Rebirth. I did it. It was my fault. Same thing with Expedition 33. I did a playthrough that nobody gave a shit about, and it got kind of stuck in a limbo of like every time I want to play the game, I have to like record because I have to, record my my reactions, I guess. So I can't play it myself. I have to have the lights on and shit, and I have to be in like the recording mood. So like both Rebirth and Expedition 33 got fucking two of the best games of the last 2 years. I shouldn't have did it, but whatever. Anyway, nobody even watches the reactions too, but it feels like, you know, I'm doing a disservice if I don't, you know? Like, oh, there's like that 1 or 2 people that want to see it, you know? I don't mean nobody literally, but, you know. Anyway, I know, nobody watches these fucking videos to begin with anyway, so. Anyway, next is Splatoon Raiders release date. Oh, by the way, I was going to put a tease for Rebirth maybe, but I think it might be too early considering. Anyway, Splatoon Raiders! This is a spin-off kind of game. I don't really know what the gameplay style is going to be, but at least I don't remember. Maybe they already talked about it. I don't remember. But I think we're going to get this. Actually, I think this might be sooner than we think. I could see this being early next year, actually. Like, much sooner than you think. Maybe this is January's game. Because it's going to be a spin-off, right? It's not going to be Splatoon 3. It's just its own kind of thing. So, I could see that. Next, Professor Layton and the New World of Steam. Of course, I've never played the Professor Layton games, not going to lie. I would assume this would be a good entry point, considering it's been so long since Professor Layton himself has had his own game. So I would actually like to play this, because I do want to play the Professor Layton games. But I'm more of a Phoenix Wright guy, so on the DS at the time, I was like, who the fuck is this Professor Layton fucking loser? I'm over here doing investigations as a lawyer, which is not exactly what they would... You know, they're not detectives, but, you know, whatever. Anyway, but, I love the Phoenix Wright games, Ace Attorney games. So, anyway, I think we'll get a release date for this. I think it might be this year, actually. I'm going to say, November for that. Because it might even be on, like, PC and stuff. So, it's not, like, an exclusive Switch game, you know? So, I could see that coming to PC or something like that. Who knows? Maybe it will be exclusive. I don't know. I guess the other games were on just DS and 3DS, so. Anyway, speaking of Ace Attorney... Oh my god, please, we haven't had a new fucking, like a legit new Ace Attorney game in so fucking long. We've done all the collections. All the collections are out. You can't do another one. All the games, Apollo Justice's games, Edgeworth's games, the fucking Japanese detective man with Sherlock Holmes. You did all of it. You did all of it, right? The original games, of course. What else is there? What? Oh, Professor Layton versus Phoenix Wright, actually. Shit. That's not a collection, but they could do that. I mean, I wouldn't be against it, I guess. Fuck it, do that. Anyway, but it would be really cool to see a new Phoenix Wright game. Ace Attorney, I should say. Because it might not be Phoenix Wright. They might make an entirely new character. I would like for them to bring back all the classic characters, honestly. Because I didn't love the newer characters. Like, Apollo Justice is fine, and Athena is okay. Like, these are fine characters, but, like, a lot of side characters I'm not, like, the biggest fan of. The new Gumshoe, whoever his name was, with the weird hair and shit, I didn't like. And some of the new prosecutors were kind of, like, lame. They just felt like derivatives of Edgeworth, except some of them are a little gothier, and some of them were a little bit more flamboyant. I don't know. I wasn't a big fan of some of those games. Bring back Maya, bring back Pearl. They did show up here and there, but I don't like how like they hyped up the last game with like Maya's back and she's back and she's in one case and she's barely in it. It's like, fuck you, you liars. Anyway, bring back all my characters. I just want more like come on. The fuck. Anyway. All right, next. Resident Evil 7, 8 here. This is the one I was talking about before. I think they're just going to announce almost the entire like modern Resident Evil series is coming to Switch 2 in proper versions, not fucking cloud. So 7, 8, 2, 3, and 4. I would, and you know what? I'll put Requiem in there too. Fuck it. I could see Requiem. The thing is that they probably announced Requiem's coming to Switch 2, and then after that they'd say also 7, 8. 2, 3, and 4 remakes are coming. 7, 8, and then 2, 3, and 4 remakes are coming. I could see 2 and 3 being bundled together. I don't know. Is Capcom greedy? Notoriously greedy? I'm trying to think if they are. I mean, I don't know. Are they? Let me know. I need to take a sip. Because if they're notoriously greedy, then I could totally see them just charging $60 for each one of these. But no, I guess the ports they did recently for 2, 3, 7, and 8. Well, they didn't do 8. 7, 2, and 3 for like PS5. They were like what, $20 each or $30 each. They didn't really do much to change anything, but like they were cheap, I guess. So maybe $40 each. I don't know. I'm trying to think like what would be a good price. I would love to play these on Switch, though. I for some reason that sounds fun. Like playing like the baby part while taking a shit in Resident Evil Village sounds awesome. It'd make it way less scary. Because that's literally the only scary part in that game. Everything else is like there's some tension, of course. The only part I was scared, legit scared, was that part in Village. You know what I'm talking about if you play Village. To the point where like it actually ruined my second playthrough because I didn't want to get to that part. I was like halfway. I was like right at the beginning of that segment. I was like, "Ooh, I don't want to deal with this today," and then I just never went back to it. I don't want to deal with this right now, and then I fucked off, and then the game fucked off along with my want to play it. Anyway, so it's cool that we keep getting these Resident Evil games. Like it's been actually a little while since the last one, in terms of how quickly they were getting some games out. You know, like we had 7 and then 2 and then 3 and then Village all in the span of what, 3 years, right? We had 2, 3, no, I'm sorry, not 3 years, 4 years, right? Because 7 came out in 2017, right? And then Resident Evil 2 Remake came out at the beginning of 2019, and then 3 came out in 2020, and then Village came out in 2021. So I guess 5 years technically, 2017, 2018, 2019, 2020, yeah. But whatever, you know what I mean. Anyway, yeah. So I would like for this to happen. I just hope they're not too expensive. They will probably run pretty well too. 4 would be kind of cool on a Switch too. That's the one I probably worry about the most because it's the most recent one, and it looked great. I think it's the best looking game of all of them, but so I'm worried to see if it runs well. I would love to see how Requiem runs on it. So anyway, next, this one was actually rumored, a new Pokemon spinoff. Now, there was a rumor about there being something Pokemon related there, and it wasn't just Pokemon Legends. Which, by the way, I guess we could just talk about right now. I did put something Pokemon Legends ZA. It might just be another trailer, maybe another Mega Evolution. They've been teasing those. So I just like, all right, I'm assuming it'll be a Pokemon spin-off of some sort. It might be something brand new. It could be like a new stadium game, like a legit stadium game, not that mobile game. That would be sick. But I put Snap 3. What would they call it? New Pokemon Snap? What the fuck? I guess just Pokemon Snap 3. I don't know. 360. Oh shit. I don't know why I would call that. You already kind of do a 360, whatever. The mouse controls would be actually sick. Oh, I didn't even think about that. Using the mouse controls with Pokemon Snap would be awesome. Oh, maybe it's Pokemon Snap, new Pokemon Snap update that adds mouse controls. If that happens, remember I predicted it. Anyway, Snap 3, Mystery Dungeon. The Mystery Dungeon one I think is probably not going to happen just because I don't think the last one people really loved, and I don't think it sold all that well, honestly. So I'm gonna actually put the kibosh on that one. But Pokken Tournament 2 would be really cool. I don't think that sold very well, but fighting games are in a different place now than when Pokken Tournament first came out. So I could see them trying it again. So there you go. I already showed Pokemon Legends ZA. Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity. Nope, Age of Imprisonment. Wait, hold on. Something got deleted. I just realized that. Hold on, I need to put something else. Age of Imprisonment, sorry. Because this is... it's because I wanted to put... Okay. Yeah, I'll just put that. Okay. Don't worry about it. Anyway, so I think we'll get Age of Imprisonment release date. Unless we already did and I missed it. I don't know. Today has been weird. I'm forgetting things. I have the dementias. Because last time they didn't announce it. So, my guess is this isn't coming out this year at this point. This could be like... Maybe this is January game? I don't know. I'm going to say March. That's my guess. March 2026. Which would make sense because, like... Because it was supposed to come out this year, but I think it's getting delayed. Is what I'm trying to say. I think I said that already. But I could see this still coming out this year. But that means something's got to move. You know what I mean? Like, you can't have, like, 4 big Nintendo games. I know this isn't made by Nintendo, but it's a Nintendo IP. So it's a big Nintendo game in that respect. So, I'm thinking this will probably get delayed. maybe work on the frame rate. I have a feeling the frame rate might not be great for this game. Because it's a, you know, Dynasty Warriors style game. Ooh, Dynasty Warriors 0 coming to Switch 2 might be a decent prediction too. Just jump in. Whatever. Anyway, so there goes it. All right, so I know this thing gonna be something that happens towards the end, but I would love it. I would love it personally because I'm a huge fan of this franchise, and I didn't really like this game. I tried it when it was on phone, but there was a rumor, another rumor. I know. I try not to follow rumors, but I always fucking hear them. This one I was glad to hear because it got me excited. There was a rumor about Nier Reincarnation. Now, do you remember this Nier game? This is the phone game that got shut down, like, I think a couple years ago at this point. I tried to play it. I don't like these type of games. If you don't know what these type of games are, it's like the gacha games where you have to, like, you know, whatever. You have to, like, fucking buy shit. And it plays itself and stuff. But I wanted to play it because of the story, but I really didn't like the gameplay. So I was just like, whatever. I kept waiting and waiting until, like... I was waiting until more story came out and stuff so I could actually play through it. And it kind of blindsided me when I heard that it was shutting down. I was like, oh. And then I kind of forgot about it again, and then it was just gone. So the only way to get the story of Nier Reincarnation now is from videos online, which really sucks. Like a gacha game, usually you don't need to worry about stories for them. Like, yeah, I mean, they have stories, but like most of them are just like, oh, it's, you know, stupid bullshit. But I heard Nier Reincarnation's story was great. So there's a rumor about it getting like a port of some sort. I don't know what they do. A fucking turn-based Nier game sounds amazing, especially with Expedition 33 blowing up and stuff. Shit, motherfucker, that's all you had to say. But that'd be cool if they turned it into a turn-based game. But anyway, last thing before we get to the Mario segment is Astral Chain sequel. Everybody wants it, and I have a feeling we could see that, or a brand new Platinum Games IP, or Bayonetta 4. I mean, it's been 2 years since the last one. I could see that, you know. Bayonetta versus Vanquish. Oh, Bayonetta versus Mad World. How about that? Bayonetta versus Ninja Gaiden. Oh, Ninja Gaiden 4 could get a port also. A Switch 2 port. I didn't think about that. Oh. Unless it already got confirmed. Because the other Ninja Gaiden games are on Switch. Now, Ninja Gaiden Black 2. Or 2 Black, whatever. 2 Black. That could come. That 100% could come. I can actually see that. For sure. That and 4. Anyway, so that'll probably wrap it up here. Again, I don't think this is going to be in order of whatever. I don't even think there's going to be a Mario anniversary segment. Exactly. I think it's just going to be like, it might even start the show with like Mario, like, here's Mario news. I wouldn't even be surprised if they started off with this right here. So let's just get to the Mario segment. Here we go. Oh, wait, hold on. All right. So I even titled it Mario anniversary segment. So, first things first, we know this is happening. We pretty much know at this point. We're getting a Mario movie 2, something. Trailer, teaser trailer, something. Something's happening soon. My guess would be if it's not a trailer, it's a new cast announcement. Or it could be both. We could see Shigeru Miyamoto get up on there and the guy from Illumination look at the camera and say words and shit like, hey, this is I'm excited because I like Mario. Chris Pratt, he's so cool, you know, shit like that. Dwayne Johnson's gonna voice fucking, I don't know, Petey Piranha. But that would be amazing, actually. Yep, that's right. Kevin Hart is gonna be Lenny or Squiggy. Wait, what's his Bowser's kids' names? Lenny, Squiggy, Izzy, Biggie Smalls. I don't fucking know. So something like that, you know. Anyway, so Mario Movie 2 trailer or a new cast announcement or both. That's my guess. I think they would do a new cast announcement. Here's the new characters that you will expect to see. And I think it makes more sense that they show a trailer first. And then you see all these characters. Oh my god, so what the fuck's his name, you know? Like, I'm not like well versed in the names of all the fucking Mario characters. But honestly, I'm not, because most of them you just jump on their heads or whatever, fucker throw a thing. And I don't really care that much, honestly. But I like them. Don't get me wrong, but I don't really care about their names that much. So, yeah. So you have you know, all these characters, and then I could see like after that trailer, Shigeru Miyamoto could be like, "That was the first trailer. What did you think?" Anyway, let's go through the cast. So in the role of this is this. So is this person? You know, it's like something like that. So I could see them doing that. That could even be the way the entire show starts off, which would be a little weird if the direct starts off with a movie, but whatever. I could still see it. You know, Nintendo's weird. Anyway, so next is Mario Kart World update. Hopefully more stuff in the open world. I just wrote that because that's the cool thing about Mario Kart World that I feel like they really flopped with, is the open world. Because open world is cool. It is cool. It's a nice, like, go around, walk around, you know, drive around. But after a certain point, it gets boring. I just want more stuff. Just more, like, maybe a different world in there, you know. I saw some people bring up, like, maybe a Donkey Kong world, which would be fucking sick. This is the year of Donkey Kong, baby. That would be awesome. But I would not be surprised if we just got, like, we'll get an update from Mario Kart World, but we just get, like, here's 3 new tracks or something, you know, which would be cool. We were wrong, but, like, I wouldn't be surprised if they ignored the open world entirely, but they shouldn't. Anyway, next is, this would be awesome. A new Mario Maker or an updated Mario Maker 2. Mario Maker 3D would be the dream, I wrote, because, you know, that would be a sick. Mario Maker 2 update would be also really cool if they add a bunch of new stuff, the mouse controls or something. That would be sick. A new Mario Maker would also be amazing, especially if it's a 3D one. I just thought I'd throw that in there because that'd be really, really sick. By the way, I didn't... Oh, no, I did. It's next. Never mind. Ignore me. A new Mario Wonder update. Possible DLC like the new Kirby game, where it's like a new world or something. That is possible. 100% possible. Another $20 DLC where it adds like a few hours of content for Wonder, which would be awesome because I thought Wonder was amazing. I know some people like look down on it now. It's weird. It's a great game. I don't understand. It's a fucking really great game. It was one of my favorite games that year. Yeah. I could see that. Maybe some new animal forms. Hippopotamus. Come on, go. Make me relive my Madagascar dream where you could get some of them to look like a hippo. Anyway. Peach already looks like a hippo. You see her? She added some extra... She put on some pounds eating too much fucking cake. Fat hoe. Anyway, but my new Mario Wonder update. That would be... I think this is definitely going to happen. Actually, thinking more and more about it, I think this is definitely going to happen. It makes the most sense, you know? But, of course, as everybody expects, it's Mario's anniversary. You gotta have a big announcement. Everything else is big. The Smash Brothers Ultimate thing might be in here too, but that's not just Mario, you know? I mean, obviously, he's the head character and stuff, but... I think we're all expecting something, and yeah, I put it too. Brand new 3D Mario, baby! Let's go! A tease, and it's not even gonna come out until like the end of next year. But you gotta give us something. We know there's a 3D Mario in the making, right? There gotta be. Okay. Now the Donkey Kong Bonanza team was the ones that worked on Odyssey, which Odyssey is amazing, but I'm sure other people at Nintendo can make amazing Mario 3D game. So I'm very, very hyped. I think this is going to happen. I think we're going to get a tease, and it'll come out next year. But there you go. That's it. That's pretty much it. This is a longer video than I thought I'd make. But there you go. That's my predictions. Hope you enjoyed it. There's probably some things here I missed. I'm sure. There's probably, like, obvious shit. Oh, Drag X Drive. Hell yeah, bro. We need a Drag X Drive, update for all 4 people still playing it. Yeah, there you go. That's it. Hope you enjoyed it. Thanks. Next time, I'll see you guys later. Maybe a new Zelda game. I didn't think about that. Like a new. Nah, it's too. I feel like it's still too early. But maybe. You thought I fucking forgot. It's happening, baby! Woo!